sister Caroline and her husband bought a Pita Garden franchise 2 years ago.
The idea was she was going to manage the books while her husband Derek would take care of the pitas. At one point she tells me she thought Derek knew absolutely everything there was to know about pitas. I said he probably does, how fucking complicated can it be? Then she gets really pissy at me and says it's not as straightforward as it looks, you know? And I said, oh, I guess you gotta be a real pedophile to work there, eh? And then I said LOL. I said LOL to let her know it was just a fucking joke. But I guess that wasn't enough for her, because she stops talking to me and tells my mom she's no longer going to participate in any family functions if I'm in attendance. Then my mom calls me and says that it's absolutely killing her that Caroline and me aren't talking. And since I was the one who made the joke, and the joke wasn't one of your best, by the way, she says, I gotta go and make it right with her. So I go over to the Pita Garden to apologize to my sister, and there's a woman working behind the cash register that I never met before. And I say hi, and we get talking, and I find out that she's this really excellent person called Avery. So I say, what are you doing working here, Avery? And she tells me that she's actually a pretty good cook, but she's got to work on her chopping skills because she's got this idea for hosting a YouTube channel about cooking, so this job is perfect for her. So I say, you know, I could help you with that because I'm actually a documentary filmmaker. And I mentioned that I won the Golden Sheaf Award at the Yorkton Film Festival in Saskatchewan for a short film I made on my Uncle Phil. And if you want, I could easily help you with your YouTube cooking channel too. Then my sister comes out of the back room and I remember why the fuck I'm there in the first place, which throws me totally off my game. Now I gotta navigate this fucking apology while maintaining my rapport with Avery, so I say, please excuse me, Avery, while I have a word with my sister. And she says to my sister, oh, this is your brother? That's cool. And Caroline says, blech, no, not really. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, will you read the fucking room, woman? I should have called my mom right there and then and told her that I won't be attending any fucking family functions if that shitbird Caroline's in attendance. But I let it slide because I didn't want to seem petty in front of Avery. So me and Caroline sit at one of the tables and I tell her that I'm sorry for my joke about Derek and that I would like to go out with her cashier there at some point in the future, so if she could not totally fuck that up for me, that'd be great. And of course Caroline gets right at fucking it up and blurts out, Avery, loud enough for the entire restaurant to hear. She's already fucking married, dum-dum. And I look up and I see that Avery is staring right at us. Nice fucking job, Caroline. And then I stand up, totally embarrassed, and I start to leave, but Avery says, I'm separated. And I turn around and say, excuse me? And then she says it again, I'm actually separated, eh? So I say, oh, okay, do you want to maybe grab a coffee with me sometime? And she says, sure. And we go out and we get along great and we start a pretty heavy-duty relationship, probably the best one I've ever had. And she moves in with me because she never really had an apartment in the first place and we're spending literally all our time together anyway, so why not? And her chopping skills are coming along really great. And I get to work setting up Avery's YouTube cooking channel, and I even invest a lot of my savings in the cameras and equipment, and is actually kind of successful. And we're having sex one night, and afterwards I ask her to marry me, and I even have an engagement ring ready, and she says she's been meaning to tell me that she got back together with her husband 4 months ago, so she can't. So I punch the wall and hurt my hand pretty bad and ask Avery to move out, and she just says, sure, Pete, like the whole thing was of absolutely no consequence to her whatsoever. And I can't get out of bed for a month, and my parents and Caroline are worried that I might kill myself because depression actually runs in the family. And my dad tells me that him and my mom are going to go in with my sister on a second Pita Garden location because the first location's been so successful, and that he wants me to manage it. But I say no, because I'm a filmmaker and I wish for once in my life you just fucking believe in me, Dad. And then he says, for fuck's sakes, Pete, we got this sadness thing in us, and if you don't take care of it, it'll kill you. And you're gonna goddamn manage this fucking Pita Garden, even for a little while, because you just gotta stay busy and you can't sit in this fucking apartment all day bawling your fucking eyes out. And then he says, I fucking do believe in you, for Christ's sakes, Peter, and I'm really sorry about Avery, and I love you so much, son. And then he clears his throat and leaves the room and starts crying like a fucking 2-year-old in my fucking bathroom. And I know when he gets like this, there's no point in arguing with him because he just won't ever fucking let it go. So I tell him I love him too, and I agree to manage the fucking Pita Garden, and 2 weeks later I'm spending all my time with my fucking brother-in-law trying to learn every goddamn thing there is to know about fucking pitas. And okay, yeah, I know what I said initially, but I can see it now. There is, in fact, a fuck ton lot more to this pita thing than fucking people fucking know, for fuck's sakes.